Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well and you all are happy and healthy during this time. This video today is about a question that was asked in the members section by Anna. I'll just read her question. The question was, at some point you were talking about a lot of your clients are children of scapegoats and have to deal with the disparagement of their parent who sometimes already has passed away. I was wondering if you could make a video about this topic. So the topic is that you are the child of a scapegoated parent, and you are still in contact with this narcissistic family, and they are not very graceful or nice or dignified when talking about your parent who's not in this world anymore. So how do you deal with such a situation? So first of all, I'm really sorry if you are in this kind of a situation. It's definitely a very triggering situation to be in. If you loved your parent to whatever degree you loved your parent, and if you knew their story, you knew they were the scapegoated child, so they obviously must have gone through their own traumas and healing or whatever issues they had, and maybe you as a child saw the treatment that was being given to your parent, and obviously no child likes their parent to go through that. So I can really understand how this can be a really triggering situation for you. Um, it, it it is very, it's very human if you feel anger or resentment or some kind of rage, or like different emotions come up with regard to this when you are with that family. And if you are not with that family and you're thinking about the things that were said, etc., if you feel like sadness and disappointment, uh, maybe a sense of hopelessness or helplessness because you have to be in touch with this family, so it's totally understandable, and there's nothing wrong in feeling the way you are feeling. um, Also, like, if there is a part of you that feels that this family has been guilty for the way you yourself were raised by the scapegoated parent, then that is also okay, because there is a part of responsibility on their part. um, because because of the way they treated your parent must have treated you in a certain way because of the traumas that they created in your parents life. So I can understand like the intricacies of emotions that you must be feeling in this situation. Um so so just like hang in there if you are, if you have to stay in contact with this dysfunctional family. um what I would say is, if you can go no contact, that is obviously always the best case. That do that, go no contact. There's wisdom in leaving a situation which does you no good. But then, of course, I feel that you might already know that. So if you are writing, if you are asking this, it's probably that you have to be in that situation. And so it's like, you need some coping strategies to be in that situation. So I'm just going to like list some things that I would do in that situation. So the first thing is, understand to a, a, a deep degree that this is only transactional. So make a list of the things that you are getting out of this. So maybe you have a business with them, or maybe there could be like something involved which keeps you with this group of people. So just understand that um, that is the reason you are there. You are not there to either create a relationship with them, or to improve them, or to kind of prove to them how they are wrong, or to make right the wrongs done to your parent, etc. So don't keep all of these agendas in mind when you visit them. Always keep only one agenda, which is the real reason why you have to stay in contact with this family. And keep it extremely practical and extremely transactional. So be like a machine, just go in there, do your job, and come out. Don't get your feelings involved with them, because when you see a dysfunction has been going on since generations, the chance is very thin that it will suddenly change overnight. So probably just keep that expectation that things are not going to change and I'm in this only for so and so reasons. Then another thing you can do is, if they are criticizing the parent who has passed away, um, again, this depends on how bad the situation is, how narcissistic the family is. If they are not very narcissistic, then you can tell them that I don't like it when you talk about mom or dad this way, and don't talk about her like that or him like that. Obviously they are still going to do it, but if you say this, what is happening is you are still expressing yourself, but express yourself without the expectation of getting a return, because probably you might not. But the thing is, it at least helps you to say it out. Otherwise you will feel like, I want to say it but I can't I don't say it, and that will create like a conflict inside of you. So it's always good to say it, but say it without an expectation of having a change in the situation. Say it for yourself, say it just to get it out there. And also, like, if they are saying like, your dad was so and so, like some bad adjectives or some bad qualities they are giving to your dad, you can just say that, no, I don't think he was like this, he was so and so. So you give like two or three good qualities that you think your dad was, and say it out, because words are very powerful. So even if these are words about a person who has passed away, and maybe you just want to honor his or her memory, and you want to feel like I supported them in some way, then you can say that. And I don't think it will have much of an effect. This is just for your own satisfaction, that you said what you have to say in that situation. um, yeah, and then other than that, you can, this is like for your own satisfaction again. Like, if you are at a quiet place, or if you're praying, or if whatever you're meditating, some other situation where you are in some sort of a stillness, you can actually just try to speak to your parent, or your parent who has passed away, and just tell them that I have to keep in touch with these people, and I know the things that happened to you were not fair, uh, and I'm sorry, like, for whatever happened. And it looks like they're never going to change though. And that's unfortunately the truth of the situation, that people change when they have to change, and we can't really push them to change. It's only when it is supposed to happen, they're supposed to see the light, or they're supposed to have a change of heart, that's the time it will happen. So we can't really force it to happen. So if you want, you can also hope for that to happen, if you have some, good wishes towards this family. So yeah, that was all the tips that I had, and I hope these help you in some way. And as always, I wish you a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.